I cannot understand a vote for a candidate who is with a political party that advocates the destruction of us working people's paychecks, our freedoms, our respect for one another. And it just so happens that that's what the Republican Party does. Republican, schmublican, I don't give a shit what party it is. It's what the party advocates. I would say the same thing about the Democratic Leadership Conference. It's not quite as gruesome and bloody as Republicans, but it's close enough to make a person realize that voting that way is just voting for, instead of 1,000 lashes in the city square, 500 lashes. It makes no sense to me. It just doesn't. And it will not make sense to me again this year why with 34, 35, 33, whatever it is, Senate seats up for grabs, why people are going to vote, the ones who will vote Republicans back into office. What is it? Is it because the Republicans will stop a woman from having the privacy in her own doctor's office? Will it be because that you don't believe in marriage equality, something that a county or a state decides who can get married? It's not the goddamn church that says you can't get married under the age of 14. It's the state. It's not the goddamn church that sanctifies or grants the contract for a marriage. It's the state. It's not the goddamn church that tells people who can and cannot make a marriage contract. So what is it that Republican voters who are voting this right-wing bullshit, what is it that they're getting out of this? Is it just kind of a pissy attitude of, ha, 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 you can't get married, ha, ha, you can't get an abortion, ha, 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 you can't vote? What is wrong with you right-wingers? Why don't you connect with the rest of humanity? Take yourselves out of these filthy crap holes that you call churches that are just eating your brains alive and get out and live a life. Jesus, this makes me angry. Hi, Truth Seekers. Mike Malloy here. You know, the Progressive Voices Network brings you commercial-free commentary from today's leading progressive radio hosts and pundits, like me, Mike Malloy, 24 hours a day. I'm not your typical old guy from the 80s or the 90s talk radio host, and Progressive Voices is not your typical talk radio network. It's a listener-supported nonprofit with no corporate control whatsoever over our broadcast. So hosts like me, Mike Malloy, are free to rant and scream and carry on about whatever we like. We're often controversial, but we're never boring. You can begin in the morning with Bill Press and then end your day screaming with me, Mike Malloy, weeknights, 9 p.m. in the East, 6 p.m. in the West on the Progressive Voices Network. Always progressive, always on. I'm Mike Malloy. Keep it lit.